you know what it was, how much information and how much fun it was last week. So I have to tell her, put your sit-ups on. And be ready and be open and to be entertained, to be informed. I'm going to introduce this young man. Because last week he didn't do that to the end. And I was sitting there and I said, Terry, please tell me about yourself. So Terry Schofield, he works in the National Career Resource Center with me. He's only been there a few months, but he's made such a great impact since he's been here, not with just our clients, but with students around campus. And so he came up with this idea to do this series of workshops to help empower students and anybody else who is open to receive the information that he has. And he's put together this slate of presenters, including himself, who you'll find out that he's a world-class presenter himself. He's a minister, a pastor. He's definitely a wonderful man of God, first of all, excuse me, but he is. And he's a great employee in our center. And he's helped quite a few people. But I want him to share his information, and he can give you more about his history and where he's been and what got him to this point, so that he can share that knowledge that he has that empowers you. Terry Schofield.
Well, did anybody hear the fire department just a while ago? They were coming to put the fire out there last week. They're bringing the fire trucks down to come to put the fire out. Exciting things that are going on. Come on, they're going to clap. We got this noise. You guys got noise out there real long up here all day. You know, but just thank you for being here. How many people came last time? Okay, great. How many people are new the first day? All right. Okay, did everybody get a ticket when you first came in? Okay, everybody? Okay, so what I want to do is, she's still collecting tickets, so people are still coming in. Let me just tell you a little bit about myself, and as I say, I guess, respect says a little Quito. Just very little about me. I was born and raised in Knoxville, went to school here at Catholic High School, when it was Catholic High School, back in the days when I had an afro. When the afros, man, that thing was, shoot, man, I had it shining and black. You know, and, back in the days, you know, I was sitting right here, this place was a chapel. And like I told them last week, I was raised Baptist all my life. But then I came here and they had a chapel service in the Catholic church, and they had like real wine and communion. And I thought, hey, let's line them up. So I'm lining up there with him, man. I'm walking down the line and walking to the place to the Father, and I get up there to him. And he looked at me and he said, Squid, that's my nickname. Squid, he said, man, you ain't Catholic. I said, but you got real wine. You don't have to toss it up. So it was funny. We all had a good laugh about that. And it just goes to show you that back then, my experience was shaping me. I started being thrust. I was raised in Knoxville. And then I started getting thrust and got a different environment. And so my whole, where I see what I like to do is, my whole thing is like multicultural, diverse. I'm big on relationships. That's me. I'm a big relationship kind of guy. And I make more mistakes in them than I actually, do well in. But that's sort of my passion. And I've got my education. I've got a couple masters. I'm over-educated and get a job. I've got 2 masters. I'm working on a PhD right now in clinical psych. I have a bachelor's from Knoxville College, where I got my BA from. And my wife is working on her PhD. Her PhD, putting her husband through. PhD. Some of you guys got your PhD. Yeah. So that's sort of where we are, and it's just really good. Just seeing how God's really blessed me, and I've got a great mom. My mom's here, she's here. My sister, she don't want me to point out my mom. They're here. She can attest to that. Many days she's put those baby cornbreads on the table for me and provided for me. She's been a good lady. She was the one that always told me, I told you last week, said you got to surround yourself around good people. She always says, you are who you surround yourself with. And if you want to excel and do great things, you got to get in the right kind of company. And like I shared with you last week, a statistic that 20% of the people you hang around with are 20% of your income level. You're in that range of 20% of the people you hang with. So what I'm saying is we got an average of people we hang around with. We got a sort of a leveling approach in our lives. We have to kick it up a notch and get around people if we want to succeed. We got to get around people that makes us play our game a little higher. Play our game, step it up a little step, so that we can improve ourselves. So that's really important. So last week I talked about what? What was the topic? Who was here last night? Who's holding the ladder? Who's holding the ladder? Anybody remember some of those things we talked about? Number one thing you got to remember, who's holding it? Right? Right? That was one of them. Anybody remember anything else we talked about? Why are you on it? Excessive. Why are you on it? Why are you here in the first place? You know? And what was the other one? Where's the eyes of the person holding the ladder? And I had my son there holding the ladder, and he was like, you know, looking the other way. So that's important about your support systems. That's what we're talking about. The people you have around you is so important in our lives. But today, I got some special gift for a couple of people, really 3 people. I'm gonna give out 3 books of a guy and I co-authored this book, Ron Hickey, called The Hulu's Paradigm. So I wanna apologize for you guys. He couldn't make it. He's in San Francisco. He could not make it. We had a scheduling conflict as things that sort of happened where he couldn't make it. And he's an outstanding guy. Hopefully we can bring him back in. So I'm gonna apologize to you for not Ron Hickey being here. Anybody coming quite here for the Hulu Paradigm? Okay, good. You're not missing it. All right, that's great. So anyway, Ron Hickey and I co-authored a book. We're going to co-author this book called The Measures of a Complete Life. And it's all about the length, width, and breadth of your lives. And you got to look at your life in totality. You know, and I don't want to get into that because we could get sort of lost in that. But that's a book. And I'm also, my other second thing that I'm working on, security thing I'm working on, called the John Coffey Culture. The John Coffey Culture, remember the Green Mile? Got a book out called John Coffey Culture. And hopefully the Measures of Complete Life will be out around August and September. So anybody got any questions so far? Today is not going to be, I told you, it's not going to be an election. It's going to be very interactive. So if you came to set, how many guys came here for 10 points today for this election? The teacher said, come listen to Terry, because you're going to get, oh, come on, I want to raise your hand. Come on, but you guys look like you came here for points today, and I already know you did. You got good luck. Yeah, that's all right, but everybody's got their hand up. So I told the teachers, I said, last week I flopped, so make sure you give them extra points so they can get here today, make me look like I'm real successful. So here you guys are. You guys are making me look real good, so don't stop. But anyway, I'm glad to have you here. And hopefully we're all going to learn from each other. That's what I'm saying. We're going to learn from each other today. And so today, let's see, do we have our numbers? We've got, okay, would you bring those up? I'm just going to go on and draw the books right now. We got 3 books I'm going to give away. And it's the Hulu Paradigm. You guys got your numbers? Okay, and Sid, can you draw them for me? And we have Miss Vanna White here. She's going to present you the book. Put the books up. Put the records in. There you go. Hey. All right, somebody give me a right here. All right. Yes, ma'am.
839.
839. All right. Here we go. Thank you. Have a wind going on.
831.
3-1. All right. Last one. Drum roll.
817.
817. All right. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Guys, this is a gift to you. Thank you, guys. That really helps me so much. Well, today, our topic is going to be today on the 6 steps to enthusiastic life. The 6 steps to an enthusiastic life. So, I want you to understand that there is really no failure except no longer trying. And there's no defeat except from within. So all of us are going to experience failures. But today I want to help you. My goal is to help you take the you out of your failures. And help you look at your life in a whole new different perspective. So we're going to talk about the 6 steps to enthusiastic life. But what I want you to do is I want you to stay with the group of people that you're already in line with in your chairs. And here's your exercise. You got to have a leader. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to write down 5 things that you want to accomplish in your life. Then I want you to write down 5 hindrances toward what you want to accomplish in your life. And then the 5 things that you're going to do, accomplish. 5 things you want to accomplish, 5 hindrances, And let's change that last one, 5 ways to do it. 5 things you want to accomplish, the 5 hindrances toward those things you want to accomplish, and then the 5 ways that you're going to do it. So this is group interactive. Last week it was almost like a 4th of July Dr. Field therapy session, wasn't it? It sort of evolved into that at the end. It's where people sort of opened up towards some things that they were really struggling with in trying to succeed in their lives. And to be honest with you, failure or trying to succeed, we all have certain motives. The law of energy says that every configuration has a amount of power and it has an energy source in it. Everything that has a configuration has a source of energy. And so we're brought into this world with a certain capacity. And what we do with that capacity, it depends on us. So you can't say that you don't have any energy. I want you to look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, you're a ball of energy. Everybody has that kind of capacity and energy. Now, you guys got to talk to each other. Okay? So I want you to discuss your 5 things. Take about maybe 3 or 4 minutes. Who are those major storm rollers? Those type A personalities. Got any type A's in here? They usually take control quick. They take control quick. So those type A's get busy. 5 things you want to accomplish? Huh? You guys got to talk.